邪魔になるからさっさと逃げてくれない?
The latest episode of Demon Slayer Season 3 was pretty interesting to say the least. As the fight in Season 3 has already begun, ufotable with Demon Slayer, just like other animes from this year and last year, have once again called into question the placement of CGI in anime as a whole. As some looked at the CGI in this episode, some liked it, some disliking it. However, with all the talk about the Demon Slayer episode today, we can look into the episode ourselves and discuss whether it's good or bad. And with that being said, let's get into it. Now, with the topic of CGI in Demon Slayer, or with ufotable shows in general, CGI has always been present. Oftentimes in backgrounds like you'll see in many other shows, but also it can go unnoticeable as they use them in CGI bases, which helps them with a lot of the dynamic camera movement they use. However, with things like CGI Enmu or CGI Muzan, and obviously the giant fish in the episode, this is CGI in the foreground, which is the thing that people have a problem with the most. And I kinda get why people would have a problem with this. It's not kamikatsu level. Jokes aside, the CGI is not bad at all. It obviously has a very uncanny look to it. However, I'm pretty sure any giant fish with multiple arms is gonna look pretty uncanny. And honestly, I put this in the same boat as things like the skeletons from Bleach's Thousand Year Blood War, or the Cursed Devil in Chainsaw Man. It's obviously gonna look unnatural, and I like that the anime doesn't try to hide it and just plays into that unnatural thing. Even the characters know things are unnatural. Like, the hell is this pot doing? Oh my god. Anyways, back to the CGI. The movements are pretty nice though. It moves very well in my opinion, coupled with the 2D character in the foreground. So even though one is obviously distinctly CGI, it still feels like both of these belong in the same scene. Even the fish itself has the same kind of line work, with some of it being thicker and some of it being thinner on the outside that a lot of the characters do, further showing how much effort they really did put into this, even if it does look goofy. Now, is this the best foreground CGI we've seen? No, obviously not. Ufotable has always had some really good foreground CGI from a movement perspective. However, just from the look perspective, they haven't always been the best. Obviously, things like Trigun Stampede, Dragon Ball Super, Superhero, or Chainsaw Man in terms of CGI do have better foreground CGI. And I'm very specific when I make that statement. Their foreground CGI is superior. However, Ufotable's foreground CGI is still very good, even if it's not the best. The only thing that looks proper bad is that digital blood. Please stop using it. It's not even just them. Mappa, stop using it too. Please, guys, just stop doing it. Also, if you're one of those individuals that believe no CGI belongs in anime, come on guys. Obviously CGI in general is here to stay, and the recent anime that have come out, both this year and last year, have really shown out from the CGI perspective. And even if you don't like the CGI in this episode, there's still a ton of stuff you can appreciate about the episode. It is to my understanding that it's both the director and the storyboarder's first time on an episode. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. And if that's the truth, they did a phenomenal job. And you can clearly tell that while the animation itself was pretty limited, they were still very ambitious and wanted to create a lot of tension with the storyboards and directing of the episode. Watching Hantenku split apart slowly one by one as they multiply is one hell of a sight to see. And we also see a step up in the digital effects as well. Moichiro's mist breathing looks awesome, and a lot of the digital effects from the 4 demons look stunning as well, playing into a lot of ufotable strengths, how they can put on a visual spectacle with little to no animation. I mean, there's very little animation from when Tanjiro gets blasted on the ground, but this just shows what masterful digital effects and compositing can do for a series. And in my opinion, the star of this episode is when Genya pulls up, and when he shoots the 2 characters' heads off. Guys, those blood effects, look at those. You see why they should be in 2D? Honestly, I really did enjoy this episode. I really truly did. And we haven't even seen a lot of the heavy hitters that Ufotable is notorious for having. So it's only gonna get better and better as the series continues to go on. So believe me when I say it, we haven't seen anything yet. And it's going to be incredibly interesting to see what Ufotable pulls out for later on in this anime. You do have some people complaining about the CGI. I personally did think it looked goofy, but honestly it was likely supposed to. The CGI was okay. It's fine. It ain't kamikatsu level, but it's fine. With that being said, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and also ring that notification bell so you can get caught up whenever I post. I am making a pretty big Demon Slayer video going in depth on why its animation is so good, so if you really want to see that, I'd love to see you guys there. With that being said, I do hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'm signing out.